example of how this can impact your business. This is my dashboard. This is real data. This is what I look at every day. So all kinds of CRMs out there, and everybody can show you their super cool dashboards, right, that are out of the box and look really sexy. Well, the problem is, just as I have right here, qualified leads by day, right? So I can see, by sales rep, how many leads are we qualifying each day, right? So I can go down the hall and give Nick a high five today because he's qualified 3, right? And I can keep track of how many calls everybody's logging. Well, that's awesome. And if you can't do that today in real time, then that probably seems really cool, right? The problem is it's not really actionable, right? Because I don't really know who they're calling. So that's where the rubber hits the road. That's that last mile of getting a CRM right. What I really need to know, like in our business, there's a huge difference between an account that has 2 users and an account that has 20, right? That's what makes the difference to us in terms of economic value. In your business, it's going to be different things. It's going to be, how many square foot they have, or how many plants they have, or how many employees they have. Whatever those things are, we're going to help you set the system up so that your salespeople can capture that data right then and there when they're talking to customers. And we're going to build your dashboards and reports and metrics around those details. And oh, by the way, you can make changes yourself, and you don't need a consultant. So if I want to go in and change that dashboard so that instead of just measuring how many calls got logged, I'm going to look specifically for how many calls did we make to larger clients, right? Because that's what really matters to me. So I just go right in here and I say, I have a field called employee size. That's where we keep track of how many users you might have. And if you have greater than 5 users, that's what I want to know about, right? So I hit save, and boom, you can see the graph has changed significantly, right? So point is, most other systems, just to do that, you had to call a consultant and wait a week, right? With SalesNexus, you go in there, you make the change, you're good to go. Because now I can walk down the hall and I can go, hey, Chandler, how come on Monday you really weren't reaching out to the big guys? What's going on? So we're going to help you set things up so that the things you're measuring are the things that really matter, the things that drive your business. Now, we talked about the marketing automation and lead generation earlier. Let me just show you how that works. So here's a dashboard where I'm just kind of keeping track of the leads coming in to our system and, how many and what quality and things like that. So if I want to take a list of leads and put them on a campaign, I'm going to take these web search leads that came through our website, right? If I click that list, click that link there, there's the list. And now I can take that list and put them on a campaign, right? So I go up here to campaigns and I say add to campaign. And I search for the campaign I'm looking for. So I'm going to find my lead nurture campaign. And you can see what this is. Every 7 days, they get an email for 7 weeks, right? So I can set the time and the date. So if I want that to start on Monday, actually Monday might not be good because that's Memorial Day. Let's do Tuesday. And I can say what time I want it to go out. And here is really the magic. See, click notification. So now when these emails go out, first of all, it's set it and forget it. I hit add to campaign here, and those emails are going out. I could log off and go on vacation, and they're all going out. And whenever somebody gets one of those emails and clicks on it, my sales rep's going to know instantly so that they can pick up the phone and call them. right? Or maybe that's not what you want. The way we do it sometimes is if, for instance, if you're an existing client, we're not necessarily going to hit you with sales calls every time you demonstrate a little bit of interest in something, but when you click on an email we send out about creating better dashboards, then we're going to automatically put you on a different campaign that's more in-depth information about dashboards, right? So we can have multiple layers and sort of nurture you through your sales funnel or an education process, as the case may be. So let me show you what that looks like for the salesperson. So I'm going to go look at Justin, who's one of our salespeople. Let me just sort this. So we'll pull some of these to the top. So you see all of these click notifications. So all day, every day, salespeople are coming into their task list, and that's just, here's the people I need to call today, or meetings or whatever. But you know, for an inside sales rep or someone working the phone, it's going to be mostly calls like this. And so I'm just sitting there making my calls, and then all of a sudden these click notifications start showing up. These are people that just received an email from me, and I should call, right? They're raising their hand. You can see here's some people that clicked the notification to register for the webinar that we're doing right now. But here's some other ones. Let's just drill into one of those. So if I go over here and we look at the notes, I can see all of the emails that Sarah here has received. But this one in particular, I can see exactly what she clicked on. So when I call her up, I'm not just saying, hey, Sarah, this is Craig with SalesNexus, and we provide a blah, 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 right? And she's hanging up on me. I'm saying, hey, Sarah, I noticed you were looking at that video about leaving leads on the table. What'd you think about that, right? So I'm getting right to what I know is on her mind. This works every time it's tried. It's a great way to supercharge the sales process and really focus the salespeople on the people that are interested at any given moment. Now, let me show you a couple of more practical elements. So here I am on a contact record. You can see here the system has automatically pulled in Lucy's profile picture. So when you put in a new customer, our system's automatically going to go try and find their profile. It doesn't find all of them, but it finds a lot of them. And I have links to her LinkedIn and Twitter. So if I want to see her LinkedIn profile, I just click the link there, right? But if I go look at the notes, you can see, I can see where we've had calls with her, we've got notes, she's gotten a lot of emails, and not just marketing emails, but what you're seeing right here are regular emails that we've exchanged with Lucy that our system automatically archives for you. So all of your email correspondence is automatically captured. So I click that link there, and it opens it up for me in Outlook, just as if I still had it in my inbox, and I can reply to it and forward it and everything. So your salespeople are moving quickly. They're running from one customer to the next. They're doing what they need to do to manage their pipeline, and the system is helping them stay focused on filling the top of the funnel, right? That's one of the #1 challenges we all have when it comes to managing salespeople, right? We have this cyclical process where they get busy closing deals and they're not focused on filling the top of the funnel, and so the next month they really don't do well at all, right? And it goes back and forth. Well, with SalesNexus, the system is automatically pinging the salesperson and saying, hey, you should call this person. And they're just consistently putting people in the top of the funnel. Oh, and by the way, if you need to have access to more people to talk to, SalesNexus comes with access to more contacts. So let's say that I'm looking to talk to HR managers, at least a management level or higher, right? So I can check that level and the profession or the department that I want to talk to. I could filter by number of employees, revenue, SIC code, the industry they're in. I can do it based on, a zip code and a radius around that on a map. A lot of different options to get right at the contacts that matter to you the most. But I'll hit search here and you'll see what happens. So this is leadferret.com. LeadFerret's our partner. It's a separate company, but we're partnered together. And when you subscribe to SalesNexus, you get access to LeadFerret. I would encourage you actually to go ahead and start your own free account on LeadFerret now. You can go in there and search. There's no cost. They're not going to ask for a credit card or any of that stuff. And you can search around and see what you can find that's of value to you. You can see here, it came back with 149,000 HR professionals, right? So I could come in and let's just look at one of these records. I'm getting their address and their main phone number, and I get the title and the email address and the social links of the contacts that are returned, right? So I can come in and cherry pick the list and say, well, I like Marion and Mary and Paul and Ann, and go up here and say transfer selected to SalesNexus. Or I can say, give me them all, right? And transfer those to SalesNexus. Either way, it's just going to ask me for my SalesNexus logon information, and I hit transfer and it moves them right over to SalesNexus. You get 500 LeadFerret contacts per user per month. So that means if you have 10 people using SalesNexus, you're getting 5,000 contacts from LeadFerret every month. So you could build up a nice big list in states that you're not working in right now and just start reaching out to those folks, or industries you're not working on now, and just fill SalesNexus with as many possible prospects as possible. Put them on one of these automatic email drip campaigns, and your salespeople don't even have to worry about it. They don't even know about it. All they know is click notifications start showing up on their task list. And just like we talked about, here's some that I transferred over earlier. So I could take this list of LeadFerret contacts and put them on a campaign, just like we looked at earlier. And if your salespeople are not going to be in the office a lot, instead of the click notification on their task list in SalesNexus, they can get an email that'll have the contact's information, their phone number, and what they clicked on.